I've tried journaling for a week, and the reason why I've never really journaled before is because I was scared of it. This might sound strange to some of you, but I'm not clickbaiting, like I'm not using the word scared on purpose just to get you interest in the video. I was legit afraid of journaling. So I'm going to explain what those fears were, if they were valid now after a week of journaling. Was I right to have those fears, or were they just really dumb? I will share some of the things that I've written this week, and also just overall of my thoughts on journaling. One of my fears was not knowing what to write in journal, but also repeating a lot. I've thought about buying one of those notebooks where it's like one page is in the morning and you write like 3 things you're grateful for and 3 things that you're looking forward this day, or 3 goals you have or whatever, and then like a page for the night and it's 3 things that made me happy today and 3 things, I don't know. I thought about buying those because I was like, that's better than having just a blank page. This can be very daunting, you know what I mean? Just sitting in front of this, it's kind of scary in itself. So I was like, maybe I will buy those. But then I thought, what if I don't have anything to write? Like, what if this is supposed to be for my mental health to better it, but what if I get to the night and I don't have 3 things that made me happy today? Or what if every single day I'm grateful about the same things and it's just repeating them over and over? I have 2 thoughts about this. First of all, it's okay to repeat. Like, I thought I have to write something different, like this is some kind of homework, but it's really not. If I'm grateful for my family, for instance, and every day I'm grateful that I have such a wonderful family, why wouldn't I write it? You know what I mean? One of the points of journaling is to realize how lucky you are and the things that make you happy and the things that you're grateful for. Like, just being grateful in general and being content that you have such a good life and realize the good things about your life. So if I'm grateful for my family every single day, that's not something bad, but yes, it can be a bit maybe boring if I'm just writing the same things over and over. So what I do is each day I just write something different. For instance, I'm going to tell you what I wrote the first day because I did not know what to write. But to be honest, the reason why I started making this video was because I needed journaling. So I did have a lot of things in my head that first day. I thought that if I sat down and just had a blank page in front of me, I wouldn't write anything, which was a little bit stupid because I had a lot of things going on in my head. Like, I don't know. What I did was go on Pinterest. Guys, if you want to journal and you don't know where to start, yes, you can go on TikTok, you can go on Instagram, but I think Pinterest is so nice because on TikTok you can get trapped there. You just sit down and watch videos. It can be good to get a bit motivated maybe, or like before you start journal, you just watch a few videos about it. But if you're going to sit down, you're already sat with your notebook in front of you, Pinterest is so nice because it's just like one picture. That's what I did. I looked on Pinterest journal prompt and I found one that I really liked because it really broke the ice in some way. Like, in my head, it unlocked that part that was afraid to write. So it had 3 parts. First was writing things that I'm worrying about right now. So at that point I had a lot in my head. That's why I chose this one, because it was perfect for the moment. So I wrote, I don't want to fully show you, but I wrote a few things. And then the second part was cross out the things that you can't control, the things that you're worrying about right now but you can't control and you can do anything about this. I wrote
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10 things. I crossed out 8. It was such a relief, even though you know that, like, if you're just thinking those thoughts, you know that some of the things you can control and you can be like, okay, I can't do anything about this, but it's like it's still there. Once you write it down, it gets out of your head and it's like, oh, I can't do anything about it, then I just drop it. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to forget about it completely. At this moment, it was such a weight off my shoulders. And then the things you can control, what can you do to find a solution for them? What can you do so they are not a worry for you, they're not a concern? planner, so you just write some of the things that you can do. And then once I was just in the songwriting, I just brain dumped it a little bit, a lot of it actually. Once you start writing, you realize that you've been worrying about more things that you realized before. I think that was really important for me to not write the same things every day. Some days you have a lot going on in your head and you just want to write a lot and let it all out, but some days you're just feeling happy and you don't want to search for those problems if they're not in your head already. So some days I will write 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then the next day maybe I will write 3 things that make me happy in general in life. It doesn't have to be today. Some days I will write that. Also, the time of the day where you write those things, it's important because again, in the morning maybe it's like 3 things that will make today a win, and it's more like a to-do list in a way. But then at night maybe I prefer to write 3 things that made me happy today, or 3 things that I like, and your mood is going to determine what you write. So I think not writing the same things every day is possible, but even if I repeat things, that's okay. Like knowing that this is just for you and for your well-being and no one has to see this. I mean, I'm sharing it with you, but like you don't have to show anyone. It's okay to write the things that you're constantly worrying about because they're already in your head. They might as well be in your notebook. Next thing that I was worried about, and I think a lot of people can relate, is that I'm not good at sharing my feelings. I'm not good at feeling in general. I don't like emotions. I'm kind of a cold person, and actually I went to therapy a while ago, not about this, but like what she said was that I actually feel a lot and I block those emotions because there are a lot. I'm kind of cold now because of that. This is such a mess, but the thing is that I'm not really comfortable with my feelings and talking about them, and just in general feeling like I don't cry. I don't know, this probably isn't really healthy, but that's the reason why I should journal, but that's the thing that's keeping me from journaling, so it's like kind of tricky. There isn't much about this other than when I'm not feeling like writing emotions, I just write. I think this was yesterday that I wrote 3 things that I like in general in life, because I was thinking about that throughout the day. Like I was at the gym and thinking I like this, and I went outside and I thought, oh, I really like this. I was reading a book and for some reason it smelled like vanilla. It's really nice. So I was reading and thinking about that. Some days I just write today's affirmations, and I'm just write things that make me feel better. And again, if you don't have these kind of things, you just kind of search them on Pinterest or whatever, and it's just an idea. It's not like copying Pinterest. I have like tools, plan of action, things that I want to achieve, and I just plan them here. So it's not just about feelings, but also I think the fact that I'm sitting to write about my feelings is a good thing, and it's going to make me less scared of it. Like everyone says that if you're scared of something, the way to overcome that fear is face it. And sometimes again it's a lot like super deep emotions. It's just things in life and thinking about what makes me happy, what makes me feel at peace, what I need in life, what my priorities are, and what I'm grateful for. It's just a way to enjoy life and yourself a little better. So if you're scared of your emotions, I'm not going to say don't be, because I'm still are. Obviously a week of journaling haven't changed my entire life, but like I now see journaling, which is a good thing, because before I was too afraid of sitting down and writing, and once you start doing it, you just can't stop because it does really make you feel so much better. Okay, so I completely forgot to mention that something that I'm doing that feels less like sharing my emotions is writing in English. My first language is Spanish, so when I write in English, it feels like it's not fully me, if that makes sense. Feels like further from the feelings and from what I'm writing, if that makes sense. This is not for everyone, because obviously some people just speak one language, but I don't know, if you do speak 2 languages and you're afraid of writing your feelings, if you write them in your second language, it just doesn't feel as heavy for some reason. I think there's something in psychology that explains this better than I can. I'm just talking about my experience and what I do. Another thing that I was worried about about is that I will see it as a chore, because I know some people write it on their to-do list for the days, like journaling, and you have to journal and you have to journal every single day. Obviously for this video I have journal every single day, but it's just a week, so it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it can feel like a chore or like a compulsory thing, and that's not something that I want. So I think it's just as easy as thinking it's not something that I need to do. It's something that if I want to do, I'm able to, and I know it's going to make me feel better. But again, some days you're just not feeling that inspired and you don't really know what to write. You don't have to just sit and write and feel like you have to do it. Again, it's not homework, it's just for you. So if one day you're not really feeling like writing, or maybe you're just really busy and you're out and about, just don't write, and that's okay. Have this felt like a chore this week because I had to do it for the video? Some days it kind of did, but again, just finding the little things that are easy, because one day maybe it was like, today taught me that, and then I wrote the things that told me that day. I'm proud of myself today, because that can be a bit heavier, because again, you're just thinking deeper. What do I want? Why do I want what I want? This was like a big journal moment for me. Some of the things are heavier and also longer, but again, like the 3 wins today could just be that I then wrote a bit more. But like if you're at night and you don't know what to write, or you don't have that much time, it's like 3 wins today, 3 things I'm grateful for today, 3 things that made me happy today. It can be really simple, and again, something that kind of happens every day. 3 things that made me happy today was good heart gym session, finding exciting shows, because I watched, what did I watch? Finding the Band, I think it's a really nice show on Netflix, and yummy food, because I got to hang out with my friend and we ate cake, so I really like that. Some days, if it feels like a chore, you can make them really easy. You don't have to do it every single day, which is a nice thought to have, that it's just a tool for you to do it when you need it, when you need to be relieved from your thoughts, or maybe you want to be more grateful, you feel like you're being a bit bitter. I think that's a feeling that I have about myself a lot. I'm so bitter and I just go outside and I'm mad at everyone and everything annoys me, but I do really like life, so it doesn't really make sense. So I need to sit down and find out why I'm like this and what's causing me to be angry all the time for no reason, when in reality I do love life. To finish this video, I'm just going to share something that I wrote, because I had a really nice day last Thursday, because I went to a swimming pool with my family and I was literally just floating there. And something about journaling is that throughout the day, even though you don't have your notebook and you're not actively writing, I think it makes you reflect more on your emotions and what you're feeling and what you like and what you enjoy once you do it, once you're doing it, and not just when you're writing. I don't know, I feel like you're constantly journaling in your head. Life can feel like floating in a pool. Sometimes you move your hands, paddle your feet, push the ledge to move where you want to go. Other times someone else takes over. They push your float, grab it and take you wherever they want to. And most times the waves decide for you. Sometimes that is okay. Things go unexpected ways. You take odd paths and turns, and there is nothing you can do about it but let it happen. What's important to remember is that you are still in the pool and still floating. Even if you fall off the float, you have the chance to get back on it again, even if it seems hard. So these are just a bit of my thoughts about journaling. It's just about reminding yourself why you like life. And if you don't like life, it's writing why you don't, what's causing you not to love life. I know I'm not the first person to discover journaling, but I think I'm someone that was scared of it and that was a bit hesitant to do it. So if you're like me, if you're kind of scared of it, or if you think that it's not going to help you, just try it out for a week. Just find a notebook in your house and write every single day for a week, and I think it will change your mind. It might not be a stable thing in your life, but I think it can be a tool that you always have there just in case, and I think that's really nice and positive. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you journal, why you like it, if you don't, why you don't, and let me know what all the things you want to see from me. And of course, please do subscribe because it's free and you can change your mind anytime. Have a nice week.